Where the pavement ends, the fun begins. We are exploring. Today I'm going to show you Rush, Arkansas, a mining ghost town that had been started in the 1880s. This is Rush Creek. It was always important to have a good, clean water source nearby when you started a new settlement like this one here. As I mentioned, the mine dates from the 1880s, and here is a quick drive-through. That's the general store and the store owner's home, and this is also the direction we're going to explore this place on foot in just a minute. The ghost town section consists of 6 buildings that we're gonna see in this first part of the video, and we start from here and go north on this road. There in the distance you can see the remains of the general store that was started by Bill Taylor sometime in the late 1800s and was owned by Lee Medley as the last store owner of this general store. And here you can see him sit in front of the store's post office section, and there are people from the mining company sitting on the front porch. Good news is you see this fresh wood on the right side. They are repairing this place and keeping it up. They got supplies and groceries on horseback, if you will. What I find pretty cool here in Rush, Arkansas is that there are signs all over the place and an interpreted trail as well in the mining area. This house here, right next to the general store, is where the store owner lived. Lee Medley was the last store owner, and look how close these trees grow to the house. Started in the 1880s, the mine was closed in the 1930s, but residents lived here until the 1960s. Come, let's go inside and I'll show you some of the buildings, or really most of them, on the inside. What you see is not great, but what I enjoyed most were the old wall coverings and wallpaper. Some of them, I believe, were made of fabric and not of paper. Of course, the paper and the paint is coming down, but look at these flowers. Doesn't that look cool? I like it. And this also at the edges looks like it's fabric rather than paper. 100-year-old wall coverings. Alright, unlawful to enter. I saw that sign late, but actually I was trespassing, so you don't have to. And you can still enjoy seeing these buildings up close and inside out without doing any damage. And I'm always careful. You know, in these old buildings, floors could cave in, roofs could cave in. You remember how bad the general store looked like on the outside. Here is some more interesting 100-year-old wallpaper. This is part 1 of a 2-part series about Rush, Arkansas. In part 1 I'm going to show you this ghost town area and the abandoned residences, and in part 2 I'm going to show you the hiking trail near the mine itself, and as well the Buffalo National River, which we are pretty close to, maybe a mile or a mile and a half. There is lots of damage to these buildings, as you can see, but I believe I've heard or I've read that there are efforts to repair this to a good shape. Look at these wall coverings. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it.